Hi, and welcome to another Chronicle Chamber book review. I am Ankit, and today I'll be reviewing Regal Comics from India's issues number 7 and number 8, which are 85th anniversary specials. Now, The Phantom was published 85 years ago, and it's a monumental time, to be very honest. Like 85 years for a strip to be still in publication is no joke. And as we all know, The Phantom is like the pioneer of the costumed hero vigilante comic strip. And so let's get into it. Now, firstly, before we begin about the individual issues, I'd like to talk a little bit about the common things about these issues. More importantly, if you are new to Regal Comics, you should check out our previous reviews on YouTube for more information, or also look into the Chronicle Chamber website, where we have articles which are more detailed about Regal Comics. So in a brief outline, I would tell you Regal Comics is an Indian publication who've been publishing Phantom in Malayali for a long time. It's been only from August of last year that they got the rights to publish it in English, and they've now been publishing it in English and in full color. Okay, now we get to our review. In December, we got the 2020 Christmas specials. The most important thing that they did in that was the Regal switch to a very thick high GSM gloss paper. Now this kind of gloss paper is basically the same that you get on the Fruit trade paperbacks, or any of the classic DC or Marvel trade paperbacks. So they've continued that on these issues too, and as you can see, it's done really well for the art. And yeah, so I want to get that out. And now the covers have been done by Mr. Vincent Moses Raja, who's done a lot of covers for Regal, and Mr. Abhilash Chako. And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Abhilash Chako's cover was featured also in issue number 3. Yeah. So yeah, and there's another thing which is there are supplements for this one. So issue number 7 comes with a mini poster, which is the same as the cover art. Now the poster's colors, if you can see, is a little bit more saturated, a little more darker than the much more muted and warmer, I would say, the cover. I do prefer this kind of saturation or colors over the much more stronger, sharper version, but yeah, to each his own. And it's basically got Mandrake and Phantom. And this issue comes with a Phantom card, which is again taken from the artwork from issue number 7. So yeah, now another thing which is very unique about these two issues is they both have an interior painted cover art by Roman Philman. Now, if I'm not mistaken, his name is Romano Philman, and he's very famous among the fans because of his work with Phantomen and Fru. And most recently, I have this trade paperback of Fru, the volume 3, the Triad Saga. This was all done. All the art is by Mr. Romano Philman, and it's phenomenal. You guys, anyone, like especially the Indian fans who are going to check this out, this is I just wish these got, maybe these came as posters instead of that. I mean, I wish and I hope to see more of Mr. Philman's work being featured in Regal Comics. Anyway, now coming to issue 7. This has 2 stories as usual. It has Mandrakes Bon Voyage and for the Floradon Mystery. Now the unique thing about this issue is Mandrakes Bon Voyage also is basically where the first time we have Mr. Terry Beaty's art being featured. And Regal has, as usual, done a fantastic job with that great paper, as well as very, very good color The print quality of Regal has been absolutely sensational, I would say. If you look at the stuff, there is no bleed anywhere. I think Mr. Beaty himself would be very happy if he saw how it was reproduced. It's really done well. Secondly, the next story is a bit something which was unexpected. It's a Lee Falk story, and the art is by Olesen and Fredericks. Now, I'm a big fan of the Frederick Sundays for their art style, because I think whatever Mr. Frederick inks, it just looks really phenomenal. Like after Mr. Cy Barry, I think Mr. Fredericks has that very classic phantom style of inking, and even he made Alex Saviuk's, I think, Defenders of the Earth was also inked by him, and that looks great too. Like it's a Fredericks inking the moment you see how it is. And yeah, so like this is the first time Lee Falk, I think this is because this is the 85th anniversary, and not having the original creators in like some sort of mark in it might look, I don't know, I think that was the original intent for giving, but I'm not a big fan of the later Falk stories, to be honest. I'm a fan of the Fredericks art only. So yeah, this is something very unique, and it begs the question for me, especially, like, if they now do they right now have the rights to like the other Falk stories or anything? So maybe see, like, say a Cy Barry story finally in Regal. Who knows? We have to see. Also about Mandrakes Bon Voyage, this story is like a modern day classic. I think it's been printed by almost everyone from Philman to Fru to, I think, even in Brazil, Mythos are printing them. So yeah, this is a very momentous issue, I would say. So definitely look out for it, guys. Now, issue number 8. This has two stories, On the Trail of an Assassin and Mystery of Firehead Peak, and they are both illustrated by Graham Nolan, and both are written by Mr. Tony DePaul. Now, everyone who's ever seen any of my video reviews know how much I'm a fan of Mr. Graham Nolan, because he is the Batman artist that I grew up in my childhood reading, and I've always looked forward to collecting his stuff. And I will say hands down, and I do own the Graham Nolan Sundays from Moonstone, both volume 1 and 2. And I will tell you this, that this Regal have now so far, with this issue especially, have the best represented printed collection of Graham Nolan stories. And these two stories haven't been collected in any of the 2 volumes of the Graham Nolan Sundays. So if you want to further your Graham Nolan collection, this is an essential. And especially this, On the Trail of an Assassin is my favorite Graham Nolan story, because it has layouts and its spacing is exactly like one of those 90s comics, like one of the, those very pacey, very that full of action and drama and all of it. If you look at the layouts only, you can see, there's a lot of things happening on this. Whereas the Mystery of Firehead Peak is a very old school Falk like story. It's got fantasy elements and stuff. It's very unique. It's a very different kind of story, and as most know, I never talk about the content as such or want to spoil it, so you have to read it for yourself. And so yeah, issues number 7 and 8, go pick it up, because Regal needs all the support that they can get if you want these books. But also, coming to think about Mandrakes Bon Voyage, Regal did announce that they are going to start doing Mandrake comics also in English and in color. So maybe this issue is like the point where they are kind of introducing all the Phantom fans, making them kind of warming them up for the Mandrake series. Now let's see where that goes. More comics, the merrier. Just go out there, support these guys, and yeah, thank you for watching. Happy phantoming.